My name is Councilmember David Grosso. I am an at-large council member here in the District of Columbia, and it's my honor tonight to be here to honor DC Wave. DC Wave. And also to begin the celebration of the weekend for the Black History Invitational swim meet that is happening this weekend. I think it's a 3-day tournament. I've been out there a couple times myself in the past to see this amazing accomplishment. And the best part about this year is that it is a 30th anniversary of the swim meet. It's pretty amazing. This is, as many of you know, a major event in the District of Columbia. We have invited teams from all over the country, in fact, all over the world, to join us every year in this momentous occasion to try to celebrate Black History Month, but also to celebrate the District of Columbia and the work that we're doing here with our swimming and with our swim team. We are lucky to have such a great swim team with DC Wave, who has, over the years, won a lot of tournaments, but mostly has engaged our students, engaged our youth in an activity that is not just good physically, but good mentally and can actually make us proud. So I'm sure they're going to make us proud again this weekend, and as parents, you know that. And before I recognize a bunch of important people that are here tonight, I also want to give a shout out to you guys who are here tonight, the parents. The parents in this room know that, thank you, Matthew. You guys are the ones that get up early on Saturday mornings and every other day, are taking your children all over the area to engage in practice and in meets and in other activities that make them prepared for the swimming that they do so well on the tournament time and the meets. So give yourselves another round of applause. The parents are awesome. There's a couple people here I want to notice. We have the head of DCRA here. Thank you for coming, Director Balling. We also have Tyrell Lashley here as the Director of Aquatics at DPR. We have a few other important people I want to go through. Eugene Kinlow's here. Eugene is the Director of Federal Affairs for the Mayor. We also have Alonzo Holloway here, who works for DPR and is the head of our Roving Leaders program. Alonzo, are you still here? I want to just point out a couple of the coaches. We're going to hear from Coach Green in a minute. He's going to speak, but we're going to also be fortunate to have Coach James Washington here. Are you still here, Coach Washington? Thank you for being here. We got Coach Zach Wheatley here. I don't know what he did to his finger, but, And, I want to notice also that Ward 1 Councilmember Brianne Nadeau is out tonight. Thank you so much, Brianne, for being here. She's a real champion for Ward 1 and for the entire city, and I appreciate, and a swimmer. All right, so did you compete competitively as well? All right, so Brianne Nadeau. I'm going to just say a few more words here. I was first introduced to DC Wave now, I don't know how many years ago, by my good friends DJ and Helen, whose children swim in DC Wave. And, they had lots of opportunity to put their children in any program, anywhere they wanted. They're not afraid of driving very long distances. They do it on a regular basis. But they chose to put their children in DC Wave because of all the wonderful aspects of it that make it possible for their children to swim with their peers from school, to swim with their friends from the neighborhood, and to engage in the District of Columbia in such an incredible way. So I'm fortunate, and I really thank them for showing this off to me. I did go out to the tournament twice, and it just blows me away when I'm out there at the Takoma Rec Center and see all these kids engaging in a way that's so incredibly fun to watch. And to that note, I want to note that this year there's going to be over 1,000 competitors in the DC Wave Black History Dimension, which is pretty amazing. We've also been joined by Director Anderson from DPR. Thank you for coming out. Without your support, we couldn't do this, and really appreciate it. Takoma is an amazing facility, but all the others out there that students compete in and kids compete in every day is amazing. And practicing, I guess you do more practicing than almost anything, right? Yeah, so that's the way it goes. Practice makes perfect, I do believe. And so, I just want to note also, though, that this has been going on now for 30 years, and it's really important for the pride of our city. We, are a city that takes pride in who we are and where we come from and our history. How many times have you heard somebody say, I'm a fourth-generation Washingtonian, et cetera, et cetera? So the reality is that this is something that has also been true to the city for so many years, and we get to show it off to all these other cities. We have cities coming in from, I think Detroit's going to be here, St. Lucia's coming in. We've got folks from Philadelphia, from Georgia, from all over the place to come and see how great we can pull something like this off. And it happens every year. And so I was saying to one of the parents that was talking to the press outside who were here for some other reason, and I was like, hey, come in here, understand how wonderful this is, talk about the positive things in the District of Columbia once, and celebrate our children and our parents that engage in this activity. So we have a resolution that we passed, that we passed unanimously at the council. But before I get to that, we're going to hear from a couple other folks. If I can invite Coach Green to come up and say a few words, that would be great. Thanks, Coach.
All right, I'll try to keep this short. I leave my long speeches for my swimmers. For those of you that want to know how to get involved with DC Wave, we have a great website, dcwaveswimteam.com. We usually do tryouts in the falls of each year, and we're open to any swimmer, age usually 5 all the way up to 18. If you can do 3 out of the 4 competitive strokes, okay, we're happy to have you. If you can't, we have a swim team prep program called Junior Waves. Okay, so the whole idea is to get kids active into the water, and then hopefully onto the competitive team. I did want to take this opportunity to say thank you more than anything. Number one, thank you to our coaching staff. We have a couple coaches here tonight. Coach Michelle Padilla. And Michelle also has two young swimmers on the team, so she's a mom and a coach. Coach Zach Wheatley and Coach James Washington. I also want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our elected officials, Mayor Bowser, Councilmember Grosso, for hosting us this evening. Your support really means a great deal to the parents, the swimmers, and our program. It shows that you recognize and care about that which means the most to the parents and the coaches, and that's these young people standing behind me. I'd like to thank DPR Director Keith Anderson, our dedicated communications staff, DGS, Stagecraft, Special Events, Community Recreation, and in fact, most of you folks are still at Takoma right now working to make sure the facility is in pristine shape, and that the community and the nation knows about this event. So we could not pull it off without those folks. I want to thank DPR Aquatics team, led by Director Lashley, for ensuring that our competitive swimming programs are supported and are able to provide aquatic access and service to the residents of DC. And I can't leave out our booster club. I literally can't, because they would let me hear about it. Thank you to the DC Wave Booster Club parents, and especially the Booster Club Executive Board, led by Miss Erica Livingston. As Councilmember Grosso said, many of these parents volunteer countless hours. I mean, countless. Like, we have a hard time at the end of the year tallying how many hours parents worked for volunteer credit. They give service to the team as either officials, committee members, timers, hospitality workers, concessionaires. They're planning our team events. They're ordering team apparel. They're communicating with our team members. They make my job easier. I can focus on coaching and leading these young individuals behind me. We would not be as successful as we are today without the Booster Club. And finally, I'm wrapping up here. I want to thank our swimmers. Your dedication, your commitment, your effort, your enthusiasm, and your joy for swimming are truly inspirational. You all are the reason why we are here today. All of us, parents, coaches, staff, elected officials, we're extremely proud of you. What you all have accomplished thus far and what you represent to Washington, D.C. Continue to dream big, set goals, and pursue them without fear. I want you guys to have fun this weekend. Remember your stroke count. And do your best, okay? Thank you.
Thanks so much, Coach. I appreciate you and your comments and your dedication to these kids and to the DC Wave swim team, which really couldn't be where it is without your commitment. He's been with us, he tells me now, for over 10 years and is leading this tournament, this meet, for the past 6 years. So keep it up. Thank you very much. I'm going to go off script a little bit and ask Director Anderson if he'd like to say a couple words. I don't know if you want to come up and say a couple words, Keith. It's really great of you to be here today, and just appreciate your commitment to this and your support for this. And I've known Keith for a while now. We've worked in various roles together, but I appreciate everything he does for DC. Keith Anderson, thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember, for your unwavering support for DPR. And a special shout out to Coach Green. Please give him another round of applause. I just want to take this opportunity to thank a couple of people. First and foremost, Mayor Bowser for her unwavering support for DPR and the children of our community. I want to thank our swimmers who ranked 20th in the nation. Swimmers, give yourselves a round of applause. I want you guys to know that you are role models, not even in school, not only in school, but in your communities. So keep doing what you're doing. We're so proud of you guys. And I look forward to you guys bringing home the gold this weekend, right? 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 Last but not least, I'd like to thank Team DPR. Give yourselves a round of applause. Our Aquatics Director, Tyrell Lashley, thanks for everything you do. And last but not least, the parents of the DC Wave swimmers. These guys, you can make sure these guys show up to practice 6 days a week and work very hard, get homework done, and dinner on the table. So give yourselves another round of applause. So we're going to have a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing you there. Thank you, Councilmember.
Thank you, Keith.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks so much. Thanks, Keith. Thanks for your dedication to DC. I just want to recognize that we've been joined by Council Members Elisa Silverman. Thanks for coming out, Councilmember Silverman. Are you a swimmer as well? Did you also swim competitively, Councilmember? We got to get you out there. Thanks for coming out tonight. Appreciate it. We're going to turn now and we're going to hear from a couple of the actual swimmers. I think that is what we need to do next, and I really appreciate that they've been standing here so patiently, waiting their turn to speak tonight. And I'm going to turn it over first, I think, to Melinda Balling, who is on the team, and also Matt Nolan. The two of them are going to say a few words.
Hi, everybody. So my name is Melinda Balling. Most of you guys know me, but I am a veteran swimmer on DC Wave. I started when I was 9 years old. In a few days, the start of an event that has been around since this time I started on the team, the Black History Swim Meet. Not only is it a time where we talk and celebrate Black history, but it's where kids from around the nation come to compete and show off their skills. I myself have made many friendships among the years from this simple swim meet that means so much to everybody. People all around can catch up, race, and keep up relationships that have lasted through time and distance. I've also gotten a lifeguard job because I met my boss at Black History, so. Some of us will continue to compete through college and through the rest of our lives, and others will keep swimming as a recreation. But I do know that everybody here and who will come in the future and past will remember this swim meet as Black history.
All right, hi everybody. I'm Matt Nolan, pre-senior select swimmer, DC Wave swim team. So I started this swim team when I was 8. I've been here for a very long time. This is my 9th year swimming. I remember my first Black History swim meet. I was 9. I was so scared. It was like the big meet, everybody was there, the whole bleachers were filled, you didn't know what was happening. It was just like, what do I do? And I remember like people that I've swam against at that meet, and they've always come back the next year. We've built friendships through this swim meet. It's a really good swim meet for that because it's the same people come from around the country, and you only get to see them once a year, and you get to compete with them and be competitive and talk trash, but you still get to build these friendships with people that you would have never met through any other means. So I think the Black History Swim Meet is really important to everybody through that way. Another thing I'd like to say is I'd like to thank all of you guys sitting out here, the parents. Everybody's thanking the parents, but if I was a parent, I wouldn't want to wake up at 5:15 in the morning and bring my kid to swimming just so they could swim some laps up and down the pool. But it's very important to us. So as a team, I'd like to thank you guys one more time. I'd also like to thank the many coaches I've had over the years, Coach Crosby, Coach McCoy, Coach Green, all these coaches, Coach James, Coach Jack, all these coaches have helped me become the swimmer that I am today and helped me pursue my dream. That little 8-year-old boy, about here, wanted to be a swimmer, and you guys helped me with that. So thank you to the coaches again. Thank you to coaches. And one more thing, I'd like to thank my parents in particular. You guys are the bomb. Thank you. And actually, one more thank you. I'd like to thank my training group, the 7 of us now, 8 of us now. We get together, practice 2 hours a day. I've made relationships with those people that I would make with no other people. Love you guys. All right. Thank you.
Good job, Matthew. Thank you, Matthew Nolan. Matthew's also an intern in my office now. He's at School Without Walls, which is a great high school doing wonderful things. So thank you, Matthew. Now if we can ask Miss Melinda Balling to come up. Miss Balling, not only is she the head of DCRA, but she is also a proud mom, I believe, of 2 swimmers.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for being here.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
First, I want to thank Mayor Bowser for her great support and attendance at this wonderful swim meet year after year. So, Mayor Bowser. Thank you, Councilmember Grosso, for organizing this reception and pep rally. We really appreciate your support. Thank you, sir. Thank you to our other council members, Councilmember Nadeau, Councilmember Silverman, for your support. We hope you can make it up there for 1 or 2 or 3 sessions. Okay? Come and cheer us on. We look forward to that. As many of you know, as swim parents, we've had different themes throughout the year. years. And one of the things that we've had is it's about time. Your time. That's the most important thing to swimmers. When they get out of any race, get your time, know your time, beat your time. We're looking for your personal best time. But it's also about other time. We practice at all the wonderful facilities across the city that Director Anderson and his wonderful staff have for us. I mean, you'll hear from the many swimmers that come and their coaches that our facilities are above anybody else's in the country. They're wonderful. We appreciate it. Thank you for all you do. It's about the time that we as parents spend waiting in the stands to cheer for about 30 seconds in each race when your child is working to get their personal best. It's about the time that we embrace for the concept of volunteering. As the parents, that's what we do. We volunteer. We work in concessions to raise much needed money for the team. We work in hospitality to thank the coaches and the officials on deck. We work as timers to make sure that our swimmers get the correct time for all the hard work they put in at practice every day. We also work at other roles as marshaling to make sure who's on deck and who should be off deck. We officiate, we run the dry side, we do the electronic timing system, we do the high tech, we do administrative officialing. We also work the wet side where we do stroke and turn, we're the starters, we're the chief judges, and finally one day we'll be deck refs. We here at DC Wave Swim Team are fortunate to spend so much time together with our award-winning swimmers, our wonderful coaches, and our hardworking parents. It is our time and commitment to the sport and each other that makes us the winners and fantastic swim family that we are. Way to go, DC Swim family.
Well, I appreciate your comments, and the hard work that goes into this is truly remarkable, and so thank you, and thank you all for your comments tonight and also for being here. We are extremely proud, and I can't say that enough, extremely proud of DC Wave and all the effort that goes into this at DC Parks and Rec. And we do have a resolution that we want to present to DC Wave, so if Coach Green and others can come up, we're going to do this, take a couple photos. If the council members can join us up here, that would be great. This is a unanimous resolution that was passed by the DC Council that it's not that many whereases, so if you'll bear with me, I'm going to read through them. So we're just going to go quickly through these. This is the 30th Annual Black History Invitational Swim Meet Recognition Resolution of 2016. Whereas the Black History Invitational Swim Meet is a 2-day swimming competition attracting nearly 800 minority competitors aged 5 to 18 each year, and apparently over 1,000 this year. Whereas the Invitational was founded in 1987 by the DC Department of Parks and Recreation and the United Black Fund in honor of Black History Month. Whereas the Invitational was established with the goals of creating a positive outlet for urban youth nationwide, providing exposure to strong competition and offering youth the unique opportunity to visit the nation's capital. Whereas the Black History Invitational Swim Meet Steering Committee has since 1989 identified notable African Americans in history or in the field of swimming whose contributions and achievements have played a central role in U.S. history to be recognized during the weekend's events. Whereas former honorees include Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Eleanor Holmes Norton, Dr. Dorothy Height, Cullen Jones, Harriet Tubman, and Dr. Calvin Rolark. Whereas last year, this historic swim meet hosted 762 swimmers from 27 teams hailing from Washington, D.C., Delaware, Georgia, Michigan, Maryland, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Virginia, and St. Lucia. Imagine leaving St. Lucia to come here and swim. It's pretty awesome. So it is here. Now, whereas this year, February 12th to the 14th, 2016, marks the 30th Annual Black History Invitational Swim Meet, which will be hosted by the DC Wave Swim Team, the District of Columbia's only nationally competitive public youth swim team. It is hereby resolved by the Council of the District of Columbia that the Council honors and recognizes the significance of the Black History Invitational Swim Meet and pledges to provide a home for this historic meet each year to ensure that our youth have the opportunity to engage in competitive swimming. Thank you. I think it would be great if everybody could come around and hear from our wonderful Mayor Muriel Bowser.
Thank you, David. Thank you. Well, good evening, swimmers. And good evening, families. I want to thank Councilmember Grosso. I see Councilmember Nolan and Councilmember Silverman here, as well as our whole team at DPR, Keith Anderson, and all the DPR staff. Give them a big round of applause. I gotta tell you, I'm really proud of you guys, and I'm proud every February when I get to go to your meet at the beautiful Takoma Swim Center, a DPR facility. It is a fantastic facility and very worthy of your investment. It's hard to be a swimmer, isn't it? You have to get up early, you have these early meets, sometimes the water's cold, you have to fix your hair, you gotta change, you gotta remember your bag. But guess what? You're learning a sport that is going to travel with you your entire lives. It'll help you stay fit, it will help you enjoy the camaraderie of your friends and your teammates, it will teach you how to compete and be disciplined. And those are skills that will last you your entire life. So we know that this wonderful Black History Invitational Swim Meet was founded by somebody who's very important to our city, Dr. Calvin Rolark, along with William Rumsey, and we actually named a whole pool for him. And the Invitational has grown from a small competition just to people in DC to people around the region, around the U.S., and it sounds like you even have some international swimmers. So this year, I'm told you're expecting the largest contingent, more than 1,000 young people. And it's really great to be in the swim center, to see the young people compete, because they are so focused on, their events, but they're also having a lot of fun. And in this day and age, I love when I see 7-year-olds act like 7-year-olds. And 12-year-olds just enjoy a fun day out. And so I know because you're competing, you're some disciplined young people, and we're going to see you for years and years to come. And we've had some real competitive swimmers come through DC Wave and come through this invitational, and I know that they come back from time to time too. So Coach Gary, Coach Lee, and Coach Tommy Jackson of Atlanta will be recognized. Are they here today? Okay, we want to recognize them, and we're going to get a chance to recognize them over the weekend. But young people, I wanted to come up from, we were having a real important meeting about some meetings we're going to have tomorrow night downstairs, but I couldn't miss saying congratulations to you this weekend and good luck. And it's really nice that these council members came, because they are important too. You know why? Because I'm going to talk to them about everything DPR needs. And it's an easy conversation to have, because I don't want to bore you because I'm talking too long now. But when I was your age, we didn't have beautiful facilities like Takoma. And in fact, people would leave not only their neighborhoods, but they would leave the city to go to great facilities like this. And now, you know what? People come to our city because our facilities are the best. And I'm really proud of that. Now, isn't this a beautiful picture of Washington? Look at this. I think that's a beautiful picture. So let's give our young people a big good luck. 1, 2, 3, good luck, DC Wave.
Well, thank you again, everybody, and thank you, Mayor Bowser, for being here. Another big round of applause for our Mayor, Mayor Bowser.